Si Jed Mabilog na dating mayor ng Iloilo ay naisama sa narco-list ng kasagsagan ng drug war campaign ng dating Pangulong Duterte. Sa kabila ng takot na siya ay patayin kasama ang kanyang pamilya, iniwan niya ang pagiging mayor at pati na rin ang bayan ng Iloilo at humingi ng political asylum sa Amerika. Pagkatapos ng 7 taong pagtatago, siya ay pinaunlukan ng Quadcom na magbigay ng salaysay sa totoong nangyari noong kasagsagan ng drug war campaign. Pakinggan natin ang kanyang salaysay.
Ito na siguro ang tamang pagkakataon na malaya akong kukuha ng lakas ng loob at magsasalita ng katotohanan kahit ako pa ay natatakot at may pangamba sa aking buhay. I declare that I was not and never will be a drug protector. I don't know personally, nor did I benefit in any way from any illegal drug personality in Iloilo or anywhere else. Narito po ako ngayon at humaharap po sa inyo. When I became mayor and having made aware that there were existing drug groups in the city, I immediately initiated anti-illegal drug activities, campaign and policies, among others. In the 6 years that I have been mayor of Iloilo City consistently received national recognitions from PIDEA and the PNP in the years 2014, 2015, 2016, and even in 2017 for the comprehensive programs including rehab, logistical support to the PNP and PIDEA in their drive against illegal drugs. But all of these efforts were ignored by the Duterte administration. Nagsimula ang lahat ng ito nung bigla na lamang na isama ang mga pangalan sa PRRD narco list ng administrasyong Duterte. Isang listahan naglalaman ng mga pangalan ng mga kilalang public official na di umano ay sangkot sa illegal na droga, mga paratang na walang basihan, at kahit kailan ay hindi naman napatunayan. As a matter of fact, until today, there are no drug-related cases that have been filed, especially in the legal courts, against me and my person. Isinama ang pangalan ng kalaban sa politika sa isang validated list ng mga drug personalities sa kabila ng mga questionableng impormasyon. Walang validation o confirmation man lang, itong PRRD list di umano ay naging hit list. Sa isang public forum ng PIDEA noong 2018, mismo ang Regional Adjudication Committee ay nagsabi na wala yung pangalan ko sa kanilang listahan. Ngunit, nanatili ang listahan sa kanilang mga record. Dahil sa seryosong banta sa aking buhay, napilitan po ako na hindi bumalik from an international speaking engagement in Japan at lisanin ng aking pamilya ang bayang buong pagsisikap naming itinaguyod ng may dangal. PRRD even assigned Lieutenant Colonel Espenido to Iloilo and announced with a threat, mabubuhi pa kaya siya? Ibig sabihin in Tagalog, mabubuhay pa kaya siya? Referring to me. Paulit-ulit ang pagbabanta ni Presidente Duterte sa media, harap-harapang sinasabi, papatay daw ako.
So when government killed him, we started to dig and we found the bones of the policeman still in the uniform. And so we had to take him out. I said, go and take him out. The mayor of Iloilo City, I identified him. This is broadcast. I said, you're next. You're next. Saan ang mayor ninyo dito? Sana yung pinagitan mo, mayor? Saan ba si mayor? Nanabi ko sa kanila, balik ka dito. Patayin talaga kita.
Julius Ronald Pacificador, Amtek Antique.
Jed,
At alam po nating lahat, hindi lamang po ito basta-basta pagbabanta. Kayang-kaya niya pong totohanin ito. Labag man sa kalooban, kinailangan po naming lumisan at wag na munang bumalik sa Pilipinas. On August 29, I arrived at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport at 10 a.m., ready to proceed. But then the call started. First, they moved the meeting to 3 p.m., and then by 5 p.m., it was delayed again, this time to 6 p.m. At around 5 p.m., a PNP colonel called me and, in a voice that sent shivers down my spine, literal po yun, warned me not to go to Camp Crame because my life was in danger. Soon after, at 6:32 p.m., my wife, Marivic, received a chilling text from a PNP colonel's wife. Do not proceed. There are 20 men surrounding your house, and if you go to Camp Crame, they will kill you. The terror was paralyzing. I couldn't believe it. My life and my family's life was hanging by a thread. The next day, on August 30, I took the first flight out to Japan. Upon arrival, I received a message from General Diaz to call a number. Using a public payphone, I made the call and spoke to General Bato, who expressed his sympathy. He told me he knew I was innocent, that I wasn't involved in illegal drugs, and he promised to help me. But he urged me to be careful, repeating his pledge to help. Just after that call, my Philippine cell phone rang. This time, it was another general. His voice was grim. Mayor, do not return. Your life is in danger. The accusations against you are all fabricated. But if you go to Crame, you'll be forced to point fingers to an opposition senator and a former presidential candidate as drug lords. I knew then that I was no longer just a target. I was in a battle for my life. Mapalad po kami na pinagkalooban kami ng US ng political asylum. It took 15 months for them to investigate and see the validity of us not being involved in illegal drugs, and all these accusations are all false. I come before you today not merely to recount my sufferings, but to highlight a critical flaw in our system, one that allows law enforcement agencies to be weaponized for political purposes. That illegal drug trade stems from the ills of our society, from poverty to corruption of government institutions, including our law enforcement agencies. By using state institutions to carry out personal vendettas or silence perceived enemies, undermine the foundation of justice and democracy in our country. Sideline. No individual should be allowed to wield such unchecked authority regardless of their position or power. Ang karanasan at ng iba pang mga katulad kong biktima, lalong-lalo na ang mga mayors na pinagbintangan, ay ang nagmulat sa amin sa mga pagkukulang at kakulangan ng ating law enforcement agencies. Kailangan mapatibay pa ang mga institusyon ito upang hindi basta-basta magamit o maimpluwensya ng politika. Masigurong makakapagsilbi ng may integridad, walang kinikilingan at may respeto sa batas. Ang panawagan po namin sa inyo, manguna po ang hustisya at magkaroon ng reforma sa ating sistema particular sa pamamalakad ng ating law enforcement agencies. Accusations must be duly validated and authenticated first before any public announcement to avoid shaming and destroying the honor, reputation, and good image of hardworking and innocent persons. Higit sa lahat, panagutin ang mga umaabuso sa kapangyarihan. Sana ang nadanasan naming paghihirap na durog, persecution, trauma, at saka walang-wala ay hindi po mararanasan ng iba. At mananaig ang katotohanan at hindi ang pamumulitika o personal na interes ng ilan. Sensya na po. Maraming salamat po sa Quad Committee dahil 7 taon po. Nahihirap talaga po. Maraming salamat dahil nabigyan niyo po kami, ako, at ang iba pang mga biktima ng pagkakataon na linisin ang aming mga pamangalan at na mga minamahal ko, Ilonggo at yung Iloilo na tinawag po Shabulayst. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Dakbanwas ang Iloilo, bugal ko, my city, my pride. I am Iloilo, proud to be Filipino po.